start with Matt Harvey because he is capturing all of the headlines. He had a tearful apology to all of his teammates in the clubhouse and then stepped in front of the mics to deliver an address to the media, apologizing not only to the organization but to the fans about all of the mistakes he made over the weekend. What did you make about his apology video?
Well, I mean, listen, I got to tell you, Alexa, I was actually surprised because you were hearing things that, he was being indignant about it. He was going to file a grievance and all of these things that you would point to the fact that he didn't think he did anything wrong. And so it was actually a little bit of a surprise that he apologized. That's the right thing to do. It's what he should have done. And I think when you end up doing that, there's a little bit of a forgiveness factor that goes on in the clubhouse. I think they remember what happened, a couple of years ago in the postseason too. But people, they're willing to move on. They want it to go away. The team does, the players do. So I think from that perspective, he did a tremendous job in the damage control. I don't know if he can get the fans back, but I think within the clubhouse, that's the most important thing for him.
Yeah, who knows about the fans? How important is it, though, to get those guys inside that clubhouse to get on his side, and is that relationship salvageable?
I think it is, Michael. I think the one thing on that is there is room there for forgiveness. There are other things that go on in the clubhouse that don't get out as public. You guys both know that, that don't come out publicly, that, conflicts that happen behind the scenes sometimes, whether it's on a plane, in a hotel, in a clubhouse. And that stuff goes on. It's a long season. Someone else is going to make mistakes, down the road. Maybe it doesn't get out, in the public realm. But there's that level of forgiveness that happens in the clubhouse because you have to deal with this. They don't have to like it. They don't have to be friends with them. But they do have to be teammates, and they need them. Honestly, the Mets need Harvey, not necessarily the potential Cy Young Harvey. I don't think we're going to see that, but they need Harvey to pitch well for them to be able to compete this year. So I think there's a lot of layers there that point to forgiving him and welcoming him back, which is what the key guys like Neil Walker and Jay Bruce and even Jose Reyes, what they all said, even prior to his apology.
We obviously know how Harvey could have handled this differently by not going out so late on Friday past curfew and showing up to the ballpark on time on Saturday. Any way that the Mets could have handled this any differently?
Yeah, listen, I don't think they're blameless here, and I think people kind of laugh when you read those curfew. Here's the curfew is this, and they always wonder why. Well, for these reasons, you don't necessarily go check curfew, but if you ever catch a player out, okay, well he violated something. Okay, at the very least he violated team rule. If there's curfew, should have been in. But I think overall, it's questionable to me whether they had to go out and they could have suspended him in between starts. They could have had him, make a start Sunday and then suspend him. That's one. Two, I'm not so sure it made a lot of sense to send, on Saturday night. The time to do that would have been in the afternoon if they were really overly concerned about his health. So there's a couple things along those ways. And I think, listen, this has been brewing with Harvey for a while here, and you're starting to hear some of the details. Well, they fined him for being late. They probably could have taken this course sooner because of his late action. Being late, they had to wait till this extreme behavior before they ended up suspending him. So listen, I'm not going to say that they're blameless here.